is that when we talking about these groups, like Jodeci and them, they like probably what 50 or something now. But when they were growing up, they was listening to 70s R&B, so it was cool to be a singer and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the Vibe Controllers Podcast. First beat, Cocky McFly, Fifth Child, out here.
Now, these kids ain't got nothing to reference because it skipped them. So like somebody who 20 doesn't even know what like their idea of R&B is. Hey, there, lonely maybe girl. Pretty Ricky or some shit.
That's true.
Maybe.
So a 20-year-old was born when? 2003?
No, 2003. So it's probably.
They'll tell you right there.
Yep.
2003, nigga. I was in the goddamn street.
Yeah. 2003. That's when a 20-year-old was born. So they just let you know.
All right, we're going to get into it. Look, man, thank y'all for joining us, man. Welcome to the Vibe Controllers Podcast, episode 39. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. I go by the name of Cocky McFly. That young man across the table from me, that's my brother, Merk B. Wills. Merk, say the same shit you say every week.
First of all, fuck a hater. Let's start right there. And listen, man, the greatest of all time has finally arrived to the podcast. You niggas owe Sha'Carri Richardson an apology.
ASAP.
Keep that same energy. Fuck nigga. My boy. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm hyped.
This every week. All right. Also, we got your big homie in the Fifth Child, a.k.a. Steve Brown, a.k.a. Jazz Daddy, a.k.a. Smitty.
He Panama Jack after the weekend. Big Cuban in there, ho,
all
boy.
that good shit. Steve, say hey to the people, man.
Ni hao.
Man, here you go.
What? I didn't have no
Is
response.
that Japanese?
I was about to say one of them.
It's an
Yeah.
Oh,
Asian
that's
dialect.
fucked up. That's so fucked
It's
up.
an Asian dialect.
It's one of them.
Y'all niggas is racist.
Konnichiwa.
Well, you
There you
doubling down on the racism today, huh? Yeah. There you go.
Chow mein. Anyway,
Oh,
This nigga.
man, today we got our friend and big homie, the real mayor of Jackson, Mississippi,
agree.
is in this bit today. Y'all give it up, man. Teezy, Thomas Teezy, say hey to the people, man.
Shalom.
Look just
That's
like
a
a old
country
nigga.
nigga.
Yeah. Chill out.
Had to jump into it just like that.
Yellow.
At least
You know
he
what?
said
You know,
yellow.
I wish I had $1 for every time somebody asks me, why you don't run for mayor? People really ask me, they be dead serious.
Cause it's
Really,
the
you
worst
know?
fucking job in Jackson. Nobody wants
Yeah,
that shit.
And you know, I really
Ain't had
do
no
think,
fun.
I mean, you would win. Like, nigga.
Yeah.
I mean,
Then he can't
Dang.
have no fun.
well, yes.
I'm in the club, man. I'm still turned up with the people.
That's debatable.
Okay. So this fun belongs to me? Okay. I'm finna send it to my people.
Another conversation for another
Lord,
time. That is
have
not what we talking about today.
What we talking about today?
But today, man, we are debating the great debate of R&B groups.
R&B.
R&B, real R&B, not that bullshit, that real shit, real R&B groups. We debating today, and we just gonna have some fun with it, man. We got our guy in the building, and this nigga is literally drinking an incredible.
It's actually
in a styrofoam cup.
It's a bougie incredible.
Styrofoam
It's
cup.
like 1738.
Cause he don't drink Henny.
He don't drink
Henny.
not Hennis.
That nigga is a maniac, and we are out here.
I am enjoying myself. I done got in that mode, you hear? I'm in that mode.
Especially while he drunk. Like, we want to ask him all this shit right now while he fucked up.
Anyway, man, thank y'all
Sorry,
again
Yo,
for tuning in with us, tapping in with us for episode
Remy and Hypnotic.
by himself. I will not.
I have not seen Hypnotic since about 2001.
Oh no, I saw a dude at the liquor store the other day buying 3-4 bottles.
Yeah, it's on sale.
It is.
Nobody drinking.
Who's still buying Hypnotic?
But
That
it's
nigga who
like,
at the
I know
liquor
you
store
might have
the other
drunk that before, but like, 30, 38 right now.
Straight 39.
It's like, is it 39? is the liver gonna be the same?
bubbling right now.
Right.
It's not.
I'm about to say.
You're gonna have to fall.
I got no
sit up.
20-year-old stuff.
It's like certain stuff you can't. Like, nigga,
Right.
they don't
You know,
fuck with your stomach.
I could eat a
These
bowl
are the
of ice cream
conversations
and
you
about
have
die.
about
Right.
that, nigga.
Bro, I ate a slice of pizza last week.
That
And
red
tried to go to
sauce.
sleep.
It's the red sauce, man,
we
bro.
did.
That
Acid
ain't it.
reflux, all this shit.
This is
Oh,
totally not.
This ain't what we talking. We talking about R&B.
Yeah,
Look,
my bad.
rhythm
Look,
and bubble gut.
Come on. Yeah, let's come on back. Come on back.
Fucking genius.
All right, man. Look, we about to get into this R&B group debate. We gonna start with the ladies first, and there is no choices. This just off your head when you think of the best group, the best R&B group as far as the women are concerned. This is your opinion in your ear. So if you listen to this and you was born in the 50s, we wasn't listening to that shit.
Yeah, we not
So-
talking about
We're not talking about
the
Supreme.
Vandellas and none of them
Talking about-
motherfuckers, nigga.
So, Teezy, best female R&B group.
SWV.
I won't debate that.
I can't debate that either, man. If
I
we-
won't debate that.
SWV.
But I do have a rebuttal.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let you tell us why.
Me, the reason I like SWV because every member can sing. It wasn't nobody in their group that was, okay, we're going to let them do the background or they can't do this, they can't do. Everybody can sing in their group. It wasn't nobody that'd be faded to black.
Yeah.
But they had one person that stood out though, the lead singer.
Coco.
Coco was just,
Coco.
she was just cold.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because Coco wasn't even the one that put the group together.
Facts. You know what? You know another group where everybody could sing and they really didn't let everybody sing?
Yeah, bro.
No.
That's what I was thinking. Ooh.
702.
You know what? That's a, those
702
girls were good, man.
702
Cause
was
they sang on that Subway song.
And guess
Yeah.
what?
Other girls sing before Mila came in the group.
Those were four sisters.
And it was all
four
four were
sisters.
sisters.
Wow.
And when they
twins.
got signed,
Yeah, it was twins,
they
wasn't it?
kicked two of the sisters out the group that can actually sing and added was Mila the dark skin
Mila, well,
and added her and
one
she
of the
became
sisters,
the lead singer.
one of the sisters
They
passed.
kicked their own
Yeah.
sisters out.
Yes.
One of the
sisters
sisters
passed.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of the
that was
sisters
that was
passed.
later on though.
No, it
That when they
was,
was young.
this when they were young.
I think they had kicked that girl out.
They
About
kicked
that.
the other girl out though, but one of them passed away. But he right though.
Yeah, it was.
They could sing because
And
they
they
was on the
could.
Subway song.
They got that. They got signed. It's four sisters. When they got signed, it's four sisters. Two of them got the boot. Added one, and she became the lead singer behind those two sisters that's been in the group. It's their group. That's the power of a record label.
You heard her sing.
Well, you heard her sing. It's like,
Yeah.
So
cause when she sang on Stilo, I'm like, she was like, hey,
yeah.
fuck these bitches.
So Steve,
you know what I'm saying?
best female R&B group.
that's not easy for me. That's not easy for me because I don't know. Come back to me.
Okay, Merc.
I mean, I can't argue with SWV. I will say, In Vogue definitely deserves some consideration, just because of the crossover appeal that they had as well too.
Facts.
If we gonna factor that in,
Yeah. I'm with that.
if we gonna factor that in, I would. I'm gonna just, and this is just coming off the top. I'm sure we gonna stew on this a little bit more, but In Vogue definitely does deserve some consideration. But I can't argue with SWV. I can't argue with that.
I got my answer now.
That's
Okay.
valid.
Come on.
I got my answer is TLC.
Okay.
And,
you know
and
what?
here's why.
There's the argument. then.
Here's why. Like you have, I love when singers can just sing, right? But I also love when singers have distinct voices. Like that ain't nobody but
T-Bud.
that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Actually,
saying?
T-Bot and Chili, because nobody
Right.
sounded like any of them.
And then even back then, Left Eye was rapping.
Yeah.
Like rapping, like it wasn't just like, oh,
In a
that's
R&B
a terrible
group.
verse from
Right.
from Left Eye. No. And then who else went diamond?
That's a fact.
Who else went diamond?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
This
Well, Pebbles went down
Right.
because she took all their damn money.
Okay,
Them
so
hoes a rare fuck.
since we're going there, I'm so
Okay.
glad TLC came up.
Come on.
Was T-Boz actually singing?
Yes.
Yeah.
with that distinct voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Left Eye was rapping.
Right.
Yep.
And Chili was singing.
Was singing.
Well, she was
She was
singing.
actually singer. Because
Yeah.
T-Ball got a voice I ain't never heard before in my life.
T-Bob sound like Roger from Zap. She do.
T-Bob was doing her, like, she actually, like, that was just the octave that her voice was in. And the way that the production was, they was like, hey, man, just leave it like that.
But
like,
Yeah.
like we got Chili gonna come in and back clean up.
It may be
Think
like
of it
one
like
other
a
person.
three-part harmony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
she
Yeah.
could sing solo.
And the only other person that kind of got like a distinct voice like that I could think of, maybe Macy Gray.
I mean, plenty
That's
of
just
people.
different.
Yeah.
That don't sound like nobody else.
Yeah. I can. If I sat here and thought about it, I probably could think of some more people.
Okay, that was an easy question. Hard question.
You got an answer?
He was
Well,
he was
TLC
gonna say
was-
You said
was his
TLC.
answer.
Because I'm out. When you ask people the question, they always say SWE, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not debating it. I'm always wondering why don't nobody say TLC.
And you want to hear a
the
fun
proof
fact
is there.
about TLC?
Fun fact.
Why not? Breathe Again, Tony Braxton.
That was
That
supposed
song
to be.
before.
Another distinct
That's
voice,
for
too.
TLC.
That was for
Yeah.
T-Boss.
Well, yeah.
Breathing In was supposed to be for T-Boss.
Think about it. Think about it when it first come on. Who it sound like? Thinking about. Well, nobody doing that but T-Boss.
You want to know another fun fact?
Nobody was doing that. But
Since
yeah.
we mentioned 702, Stilo actually was written for TLC.
Yeah.
And Left Eye went to go try to get the track, but Missy had already given the track
Wow.
to 702
Wow.
because Left Eye was trying to get it for TLC and or Black,
Yeah.
which leads to my next question.
Ooh, I hope this is a good question.
Which
So
is-
I guess,
We it's easy to say who the best. Who is the most underrated
oh yes, I was
female
waiting on
R&B
this question.
group?
I was waiting on. This.
Not
There's a lot of them.
It's a
It-
lot.
absolutely.
Well,
So
who jumps out?
So we'll go this way.
We'll
start-
I'm
start.
gonna do it 1A and 1B.
Okay, that's
I gotta
fine.
do that too.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna say Changing Faces.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Brownstone.
Okay.
No, mine was gonna be Brownstone.
That's
He just took
fine.
one of
Look,
them.
look, I'm-
Brownstone. You know how many people remade their music?
That's a fact.
For
Okay.
Brownstone.
Okay. I
I'm not, mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Fuck, I think of another one now.
Merc.
All right, so I was not thinking Changing Faces, but they were really good. I think a lot of people don't talk about Jeanne enough.
That's true.
A lot of folks
The
don't.
album
bro.
was-
That album was
a banger.
fucking amazing.
That first album was a
That
banger.
album was
How did they spell that name?
it's ZHANE with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
accent
yeah.
OD. A lot of
They
people.
were too bald.
Too bald.
Yeah. A lot of people don't talk about that album. I mean, Sending My Love. I don't think people expected Sending My Love to be that dope after Hey Mr. DJ because, it was a club track or whatever. But like Sending My Love was everything.
Man, it was a classic.
But yeah, Jeanne, that's definitely one that comes to mind. Man, you threw me off with that goddamn
Hey, I'm telling you.
Changing Faces.
Brownstone
boy.
was me. I was gonna say
Brownstone definitely
Brownstone.
was good. I really did like.
But you know
them.
what? Now we're speaking.
I'm ready.
They all can sing too.
Oh yeah, everybody.
And Brownstone.
In all three versions of the group, because they
God.
kept
Yeah.
swapping members out. They still they got two different. I think they tour with two different groups.
Yeah, they
'Cause
did.
you got it's
They did.
wild. All right, Teezy.
Ah, see,
Underrated.
now, underrated. Me personally.
We know Brownstone.
And Jade.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm fucking with Jay.
Yeah,
That's it.
Jade was tough.
Jay was good.
And Jade,
I
you
wonder
got
why
look-
they didn't get pushed like they should have.
They actually had two albums. That first album was straight. They got on the what was that? The Inkwell soundtrack. They had a joint, and they had a couple joints.
I don't know what happened.
It was just a lot.
with the business.
Yeah, there was a lot going on within the group. I think.
'Cause I really had three,
Don't
but
quote me
you
on
took Brownstone. But one that I liked that nobody was on was Groove Theory. I listened to them all day.
But they weren't a
They
group.
not-
It's not a.
It's
They-
an
they-
R&B
they-
group.
They had a female lead.
Yeah, I
It
didn't.
But it's not.
They wouldn't count.
not a
Yeah, so I was just like,
R&B.
no,
Yeah.
let me take them out. That's why I said, let me take them out.
Cause
Like,
if that's the case.
Look,
That's just
that
that's
album
just
is
Lucy.
perfect.
That's just Lucy.
That's Lucy
2.0.
2.0. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But
wait, what?
we talking about
Groove Theory.
Groove
Yeah,
Theory.
it's
Just
just
Lucian's
Lucian's
2.0.
2.0.
You know, cause with a lead.
Oh, you said
Yeah. Okay,
Lucian,
Lucian.
with a female lead.
2.0.
God, you took Brownstone.
So why nobody didn't say Cut Close?
Cause I feel like they was.
Did they come out with that album?
They did. That Cut Close album was good.
I like the way you tease me.
No, I didn't. You know what?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Cut Close
That's
was.
them on
I
Nobody
make
with
you-
the
I make you
with
sweat.
Keith.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Keith
yeah.
Sweat. Wasn't that Keith Sweat group?
Keith
Yep.
wrote all
I
them
think
songs.
so,
Keith wrote the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, Keith wrote
Cut
all
Close
them
had
songs.
some bangers.
What was Surrender?
Yeah, it was on
Wasn't that
Twitter.
Cut Close? Surrender.
Yeah,
Was
Cut
good,
Close
yeah.
had some
That-
bangers.
Cut Close was good. But
Some
see, I
bangers.
think it's a lot of them. They kind of fall into that. You know, we only know you for this one song, as opposed to maybe like an album or two, like Moke and Steph.
Yeah.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they in the same kind of category. I gotta put them in the same category with Cut Close. I wouldn't necessarily say they was underrated. I would just say, you know, they popped for when they popped. And so
You know what
just
Keith Sweat
that.
usually said, cut close? I didn't know he was talking about a group when that's Twisted
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about getting close to a female. I'm like,
he
oh,
was talking
okay.
about them. Another question: is Escape a great female R&B group, or are they an underrated female R&B?
I think they're a great one. Like if you asked 100 people to list their top 5 R&B female groups from the
Escape
nights,
is
like
probably gonna be
Escape is gonna be in there.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they could be both. I think they're a little bit of both. Honestly, just depending on how you look at it.
So I'm gonna say this question, but he go. I'm gonna wait.
I
till
feel
y'all
like
get done with this because I got one more question.
I feel like you can't. I feel like they can't be underrated because they were trendsetters.
Screw that.
Okay, yeah. That's a
Because
very
they
good point.
really they set the tone for Atlanta. Period.
That's a fact.
Like,
That's
so
the
it's
thing
kind of tough to
about
say they were
R&B
underrated
groups,
when
for
people
sure.
start singing like them, dressing like them, want to be like these girls right here. It's kind of underrated. That did they get they
Yeah.
just do when it came to bread? Definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
They
when it
arguing over
comes
it
to,
now.
yeah, so it's like,
So none of y'all said Destiny Child.
what about it?
I mean,
Are they underrated?
if we talking about R&B
R&B
groups,
groups?
if we talking about female R&B groups, we talking about record sales. I mean, can you not put them up there with TLC?
I think you can. I think a lot of people. It's crazy how I feel like Destiny Child get lost in translation because Beyonce has been so successful individually, and I think people tend, because of that, they tend to forget about how, you know, successful Destiny's Child was as a group.
because I think they got to a point that was like undeniable. There was the songs that that Candy was writing for them, Say My Name and Independent Women, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Bill,
And I was
Bill,
just
all
like,
that.
yeah, and so I wasn't that into that, right?
Yeah.
But then Destiny Fulfilled came out, and I'm listening to songs like Is She the Reason and
If.
T-Shirt, and I'm
Yep.
just like,
If
but
was
you know
a
what? Dog,
banger.
And if was a
like this
But
is
you know
undeniable,
what?
no matter who you are. It's
I
like-
think once, when Destiny's Fulfilled came out, I think they kind of got away from, they grew up.
yeah,
And then they started being more hands-on as well, too. So these were songs that, they were writing.
yeah.
And so they kind of got away from that, fuck a nigga music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
fin-
saying? That
I'm-
kind of stuff.
I'm finna say something. It probably don't make no sense to nobody but me. Michael Jackson was so big, you almost forgot about the Jackson 5. 'Cause he was so big. But he came from the Jackson 5.
So,
Beyonce is so big, you didn't forget about Destiny's Child.
But it's
you
easy
would just
to
be like,
not
oh,
think
that's
about
Beyonce.
them.
She got so many
Yeah.
other. She got so many records now.
You be
Yeah.
like,
I
It's
know,
like Diana Ross and the Supremes too. It's like all that. It's like
yeah,
the
you
same.
want to go back.
I know
Yeah.
this is a tangent. I don't want to spend too much time here because it's totally off topic. But since you mentioned that, we were just having a conversation because we had break boxing on Thursday. But we were talking about how if Mike hadn't gone solo, like Jermaine would have been a much bigger star than he was.
Then Jermaine. Oh yes. If Mike wouldn't have gone solo, Jermaine would have been bigger.
He wouldn't have just been Michael Jackson's brother. Like Jermaine's solo actually, and like I said, I know it's totally off topic.
Was it Shell Shock? Did he come out with Shell Shock?
Jermaine's solo album was dope as a motherfucker.
Yeah. Like Castles of Sand, and like Jermaine had a lot of really, really good songs.
Stage Shop. It was Shell Shock.
Yeah.
What is Stage Shop?
I think so.
I can't
Don't make me
remember.
Google it. I Google it on the break. We apologize, Jermaine. If anybody that you know, or if you listening to this, we didn't fuck it up.
We also apologize for your hair, Jermaine.
Yeah.
No, Jermaine, no, we don't.
Apologize
we don't.
that you look like a half melted candle.
We appreciate.
All the time.
We appreciate you for advertising purposes. Thank you, Jermaine, for all your contributions. The views of the Vibe Controls are not the views.
Midnight oil head.
It's crazy you say that. You got me thinking. Sometimes the music label will overshadow your talent. It won't even let you express yourself how you want to, because everybody in the Jackson 5 could have been way bigger than what they was. But they're just like, this is how
Most
I
of
feel.
them. No, I was gonna say most of them. I don't know about Marley.
You right.
I don't know about Marley.
I read about this. It's crazy. Destiny Child was banging. Beyonce finna go solo. They pushed all their money towards A. Marie. So they told they had a choice. Either you gonna put the money behind Beyonce. Think about it now. All these songs was for A. Marie that Beyonce got in the beginning.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Look it
why
up.
you see Crazy in Love sound just like
Bro,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
for A. Marie. They were pushing her towards that, but they said,
Wow.
look, Beyonce.
You are getting
Beyonce
facts out here in these
Beyonce
streets, people.
finna going solo. Who you gonna
We need
choose?
some.
A. Marie. Look who got Shell.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying, because
writing
she was
books and
so
stuff now.
talented, because her videos and everything, I fell in love with.
She really did take an insurance policy out on her legs. So she fine. She did. Mariah Carey did, and Tina Turner as well. Just
Boom.
in case y'all care about that type of
Why
shit.
can't we fall in love? It's like, oh, I love you.
But
Who did
okay,
that
so
track?
but here's my question, and you gotta really think about it. Like, was A. Marie actually a great singer, or did she have really good songs?
It don't matter if you can. I gotta go somewhere. I
She
gotta
a
go
great
somewhere.
singer.
Really,
I gotta-
really good songs.
I gotta go
But
somewhere with this.
Just like A. Marie.
Okay, I'm finna answer your
acapella.
question. I'm gonna answer your question. Can she sing? Yes. Was she a great singer? I wouldn't. No. But I looked at an interview. Smokey Robinson couldn't sing. He just sound good. He can't. He can't. I done went to him live. He got a unique voice.
He's
T-Bob's got a unique
123
voice.
years old now.
No,
Yo, that nigga a vampire. He drinking pig's blood.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that shit right now.
Man, I was just
Yeah,
thinking about
wow.
it. What's his name? Barry Gordon. He said, I never liked the way Smokey Robinson could sing, but I knew for a fact he can sell records. Sometimes it don't.
Yeah.
Silk the
Yeah.
Shocker probably can't rap to you, but he done went platinum more times than the average rapper.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
You know who else
Look,
can't
man,
sing?
Rihanna.
Aaliyah.
she can
Look.
sing.
Hey, that
You
was
got
that's,
when you say somebody can't sing,
She can make.
that means
know
they
what I'm saying?
can't sing.
She makes.
Keisha
good
Cole can't
songs.
Aaliyah don't sing no better than Sierra,
these
than no
people-
better than A. Marie.
These people
All
can
these folks
sing.
sound the same.
but they don't sing like
They're not
This
gonna
person-
ruin. She's not gonna ruin a song.
correct.
nah.
There are singers that will ruin a song.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Keisha Cole.
Ashanti.
oh my God. Can we all agree Ashanti can't sing?
Yeah.
And this is how we are gonna end this segment. Right?
Yeah, I
So we
love
not finna talk about what these people who we would like to be on our show.
Still come on the
would
show.
not do. We
They can
we
come
love the
defend
way you
themselves.
sound.
Most definitely.
Shout out to the Mary Jane girls and shout out to the Jones girls. I just wanted to say that because 80s, 70s R&B, they walked so the young lady could run.
People slept on the Mary Jane girl.
Vanity 6 snorted.
And it's-
So that y'all could breathe.
Go to break. Go to break. Go to break.
I love it.
All right, so we are moving on to the second topic of our discussion of R&B group. No, actually, not the men.
Not the men.
So this is just a free for all, and we all was around in the 2000s, the early 2000s to me was the best club era to me. Like
Going to the club.
going to the club.
I can't deny that.
If you was in college, at least from like 98 to maybe 2007, sometime 2010, we'll just say that it was just a vibe when you, even in Jackson, because I remember that period where nightlife was popping. You freelance was popping. Oh, he look.
You heard that nigga?
Blood.
You had to close his eyes.
Oh my God. Freelance was popping. You had Seven. You had Shimmels. You had the parties at Shimmels. You had
Houston.
the parties at Elixir. Everything was available.
Fun fact: Drake used to come to Elixir all the time.
I believe it.
I believe.
Before
But
he
it was before
Oh,
folks.
yeah.
When he
Yeah.
was like super
It
popping.
was the Degrassi days
Yeah.
when he first started off, and CJ was just kind of showing him around, and yeah,
That was the one about Piccadilly.
Yep.
yes,
That's
it
when-
wasn't bigger than this
Yeah.
room, and it was
It
the
was-
best.
It was
And that's
amazing.
that Jackson nightlife was so pop because it was a vibe for everybody. Like if you wanted to go, you want to be with some hood niggas, you can go be with some hood niggas. You want to go to couples, be with the old school, you can be with the, like. Anyway, that was a great
Shout
period.
out to Birdland and Upper Level too.
Oh yeah,
And to show love to them as well.
Yeah, so
great days.
we can't talk about a lot of this shit that happened in there. But anyway, so can't look. Give from that era your R&B club bangers. Like when they play this, then just everybody just. Now this was the era of the slow jam.
So they did.
Too.
Well, I mean,
So
now,
I'm
we
gonna
gon-
start out. You got to do the 3-piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
3-piece is.
Let me just say that I know y'all probably
play
don't
that.
want to mention he who shall not be named,
Well, we know.
but you can't talk about that era in the club without mentioning none of his songs.
Well, we can talk about a lot of stuff, but him.
I'm just saying,
It's a lot of music. out there.
yeah, it is.
And
But
to be real,
we
like
talking about
T-Pain had his own era by himself.
That's a fact.
Facts. Oh
Had a
my
whole
what I'm
era
talking
by
about. There's
himself.
a lot of music
by his
out there.
own self.
T-Pain owned the club. You know who is? That motherfucking Lil Jon Loves and Friends.
That was.
oh yeah,
that was-
everybody
yeah.
was singing that.
That's
shit.
an R&B song.
Yeah.
Like that Loves and Friends was like.
You know who?
So if you gonna
know
hit her
what?
with the Lovers and Friends, you gotta hit her with the Ooh Na Na. Lil Jon, it was on his album.
Yeah.
I forgot the girl name.
You know who album was really good during that era? Jamie fucking Foxx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one though?
Unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
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 Jamie
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
I don't know if they played his stuff in the club too.
They played Freaking You.
Sure did.
Yeah, they played.
Freaking You was in the club.
Blame
They
it.
played
Blame It
Blame
on
It. They
Unpredictable.
played Blame It.
Was it on?
Was Blame It on Unpredictable?
Nah,
I didn't think so.
they played Blame It. I mean,
I
of course they
remember
played.
vividly the first time I heard that, and I was like, "Bro, what is that?"
Hey, Blame It went so goddamn
Man.
hard. Blame It slick go hard now.
Yeah.
Right. T-Pain, nigga.
But you know who came and hit and they played their song here and there in the club, all depending on where you went? It was Chris Brown.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chris Brown came with the Jewels thing. You're like, oh, okay then. But then next thing you know,
Chris
Boom.
having him some that second album when he got done with the Kitty.
It was
Pop Lock.
Gonna lay you down.
That nigga started
Shit,
coming out
Chris.
with them body roll
Yeah.
songs. He was kicking your ass. Pretty Ricky.
Yeah.
bro,
oh
hold-
yeah,
let,
yeah.
Let me tell you something. Pretty Ricky does not get the credit they deserve.
They don't,
It's
bro.
not even close.
They don't, bro.
oh
Pretty,
my
Pretty
God.
Ricky got bangers.
Them
bro.
boys are hilarious, man.
I'm talking about banging albums.
Them boys are so
album.
funny to
Like-
me.
Oh my goodness. I don't
yeah.
understand. I didn't understand how people just always skipped over them.
Cause they was
Cause them was
Goofballs.
goofballs,
Them was
niggas, man.
I love it.
Them was some
Miami
niggas, bruh.
but they Pretty Ricky had bangers, bro.
Oh, the R&B
They
side,
they,
yes.
they didn't get as big because I think people saw them just like a novelty. But did you ever listen to Day 26?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
So
J26 first
from
album
making
was
the
good.
band,
That,
no,
that
yeah,
first
it
album
was
they
actually good.
had some really good songs on.
But
the
you
first
know,
album.
they was unfortunately signed to
They was
Yeah,
he who kills careers.
Well, they wasn't gonna get signed nobody else.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why they was. Gonna
How
get
was the
it.
album? I've never listened to it.
It was pretty good.
Buddy had got his bread,
Pretty
and
good for
you
him.
know he knew it was over with after that.
Well, that's just like what he did. This opposite, but he did that with a bunch of people. Danny Kane. He had a whole bunch of groups during that time that he just kind of released maybe a song or two and
You remember Dream?
Dream.
Oh
Yep,
God.
he did. That boy was just trying to get money anywhere he
That
could.
nigga puppy
Just put him
head.
somewhere. I'm saying
Hold on, the Dream was with.
no.
No, Dream,
Dream
was a all-white
all-white
girl
girl.
band. Girl
Nope.
R&B.
Never heard of.
Bad boy. Puffy was out of control. Bro.
Had them girls dressing like the girl from Bring It On. that's how they was dressed.
Puffy was out of control. But Puffy did have a few R&B bangers with
Oh, shit.
with what's his name, the whining boy,
Mario Wine.
with Mario, the one who they don't
But
really
I don't
fuck
wanna
me
know.
like that.
You
But,
talk about
uh,
he
but
had
Mario was
tons of
writing them.
R&B
But Mario was
bangers,
writing
though.
them songs though. So I mean, it would make sense.
I don't know who's writing.
I think
Faith Evans.
I'll be sure wrote some of this stuff too. He wrote some Mirror stuff for sure. Very underrated songwriter.
Who, Abby Shaw?
Abby Shaw.
Oh yeah, I had to look him up. 'Cause I
Very
didn't know.
underrated songwriter. Yeah.
But you know what? I never like
But back to the club bangers,
see.
the R&B
R&B
bangers.
club bangers.
But okay, so I was listening to club music then too in that time.
Mhm.
But you're also talking about like the golden age of neo soul. Like that's happening at the exact same time.
You right. So they'll drop that motherfucking
me tell y'all
Maxwell in a
something.
minute.
Let me tell y'all something.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who's that Merle? When Neo Soul first hit, you had Erykah Badu, Music Soul Child, Jill Scott, Maxwell, India.Arie. All these people came out with hits at the exact same time.
At the exact same time.
That was
Bro,
like, what,
that
2000, 2001?
Yes,
that was
it was
one
2001.
golden year,
Yeah.
boy.
That it was.
Allow Angie Stone.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
man,
like
there was so much stuff in
D'Angelo.
rotation.
D'Angelo. Like,
Guapale.
And did you
All
see they went so hard? They started playing Neo Soul before Uncut.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
They had their
the
own
little tree.
segment.
Yeah.
They had their own segment.
They honestly,
that.
Bro,
Lynn
yeah,
Yeah,
Lewis.
what's it called?
Oh
we
yeah,
can
most
name.
definitely.
I can name.
Man,
It
Neo
was a
Soul.
lot of
I
them,
remember
bro.
we bought of Les Nubians.
Oh, Les
They said you-
Nubians. I didn't even know what
Hey,
they
let me
You
was.
don't
tell
know
you.
what they saying.
I don't know what the fuck they were saying on that first
It
album,
was so
but let me
hard.
tell you, I was
It
listening
a
to it.
vibe, though.
Man.
Oh, talk
You don't
that
know what
shit
they
to
saying.
me.
That's what I be telling people. I
Probably
was like,
wrong. Say.
that's why when you say the golden age, I think of it was 4 or 5 genres of music that was hidden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It wasn't just one.
Yeah.
You had rap, neo soul, R&B, blues. It didn't matter what it was hidden
And
all
they
at the
was
same
playing-
time.
And they would play
They
all
would
of
play
it.
that
Like
in
the
the
radio
club.
was playing it.
Yeah.
Well, the
Club
radio
played,
was
like
playing it.
everybody was
Because
playing
it wasn't nothing
Oh,
to go
good
to a
day.
club. And shout out to the DJs who still do slow sets.
Boom.
Bring it
Unpredictable. That's my first one for me. He still do it.
Please bring them back. Bring the slow set back, man, for real. But it wasn't nothing to be in the club and Maxwell, this woman,
Mhm.
all that shit. Because you catering to you women.
You know who wrote Fortunate, right?
Who?
Robert.
What?
Yes.
I don't want to talk
Yes.
about the boy, but
Yes.
I did not know that.
you
Yes.
can't deny him.
Yes.
I ain't denying it.
Yes,
I'm
he
just
did.
not finished mentioning that nigga name. He
Yes,
wrote
he
it about
did.
your sister,
Let
so
me
it
tell
don't
you
even
something.
matter.
I did not know
Ass
that.
nigga.
Robert.
Yeah, the man whose initials are
Cola. No,
what
Okay.
is it? The man from Chicago
Yeah.
Right.
with the bald head who can fly.
There you go.
Yeah, the Pied Piper.
There you go.
Him.
But
Whatever.
you know who else went hard then? And it started off in the early 90s, but it didn't stop. And I don't think people just realized that it didn't stop. It was Usher.
Oh, bro.
Absolutely.
He the
Bro,
one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, listen.
He just
He the
kept
one.
going. Just,
Yeah,
you
Usher-
like,
Usher.
You
what?
see what he doing in Vegas.
I real talk,
Added 2
man,
shows. I want to go.
And this may be I'm not gonna say this is too high of praise, but Usher really is, because we remember when he really started. Usher really like is. I don't think we gonna get him and Chris Brown in that Michael Jackson realm when you talking about like a child talent who continues to just elevate, get better and better. Like that nigga does not get bad. Like he's still out here.
So y'all finna talk about me when I say this?
No.
Never can put Chris Brown on the same level as Usher.
Oh, absolutely not.
Not even close.
And the reason I say that is because of their
I know y'all talking about me.
the reason I say it because they're talented. And
Oh,
you talking
yeah.
about
talent-wise?
child and me. And,
I grew up with Usher. I ain't grow up
I
with
feel
Chris
that's,
Brown.
And the
that's,
crazy
that's
part-
gonna be like
yeah.
a Jordan and LeBron.
but the crazy,
Yeah, almost
you know,
definitely.
and the
like-
crazy part is Chris still young.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
it comes,
I don't even think
Yeah.
he's 35.
Is he?
I don't even think Chris Brown is
Hold
35.
on, I'm finna look. Y'all keep talking. I'm finna Google.
Like he's still young.
People don't understand how young Usher was when he first came out.
They don't, man. He was when their first album, he was
Okay.
like 16, but
Since I brought it up,
he was doing stuff at 40.
Aaliyah, 14, 15.
Mhm.
Brandy, 14, 15.
Got to talk about
Monica,
Brandy.
14,
Monica.
15.
Yeah.
AKA
Tevin
the
Campbell.
Voice.
Yeah.
14,
But
15.
and they out here singing about Can We Talk?
Come on now.
Well, that ain't no different than.
Monica
I mean, I know we not
Monica-
talking about rap, but it ain't no
Monica-
different than Roxanne Shante at 15, 14, 15,
She
rapping
was
rapping.
rapping about other rappers. These folks talking about sex.
She
Like,
was too.
So she was just talking about.
As a matter of fact, speaking of teenager talking about sex, Foxy Brown.
And she was ridiculously young.
Do yourself a
17.
favor and watch that documentary. It's on Netflix, man.
Ladies
what's
first.
Ladies first.
I
Great
ain't seen it.
I
documentary.
ain't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
she was like 17.
Very good.
16, 17. But yeah. But yeah, it was so many for y'all who in that age.
Chris Brown is 34.
See, told you.
Wow.
He ain't 35. Yeah, the bangers was just unlimited in the club days. We just appreciate all the DJs playing all that music that we know we wasn't supposed to be listening to. Some of us wasn't supposed to be in the club.
Okay, I gotta
But
ask
we
you.
was in.
I gotta ask you
Listen to that shit.
one question. You gon' It's so funny.
Okay.
Can Rihanna sing to you?
No, that's
Leave
another. No.
me out.
So she cannot. But that's another one of those people, like I said, that I can't. Like I would not want to hear them do anything a cappella.
But she doesn't.
makes
To me,
really
she
good
doesn't
songs.
sing. She does. It's more of a chanting type.
But
And
it's
I
just
say that
her
about
voice is-
T-Boz. I swear to God,
Her
I do.
voice is just,
But it
you
just-
know, has a different
it's
tone.
her
But
thing.
it's not like, oh, that's
'Cause-
Rihanna's song sounds terrible.
Because on the hook of Who Run This Down, that is she
I
doing
keep
it.
telling y'all.
But it's
just
more of
because-
a chant. But I think she got, again, these people just got, shout out to these producers who recognize, like, hey, like, that's the creativity of they can do something with these voices.
She doesn't ruin songs for me.
No.
You know who does?
You already
You know
said
talk
it.
about because there's two people.
You already
It's
said
two
it.
people, and they always be doing stuff. Well, I
Name the
feel
one
like
we
they're in the
already
wrong-
talked about. Come on.
This ain't got nothing to do with the
It's
bangers.
a man and a woman.
Oh, who? That Ruin song?
Yes,
I guess we can go in.
and the woman is Alicia Keys,
You know what?
I
and the
can't
man is John Legend.
Oh,
What?
man, that boy know he be yodeling over a record, don't he?
Hold on,
God
hold on,
damn.
hold on.
And
What
they
song?
made.
So you didn't like him on Green Light?
I did. In the first and Get Lifted, man, I know that album. Backward and forward, it's an amazing
I think
album.
he's gotten super repetitive with how he sings.
Oh.
Yep. He just do that. He gonna do that on the track, and it's not like you trying to sing now. Now it's like I know you about to do that same.
He finna yodel. He gonna yodel the shit out of song.
No, to death. Now that you
But-
say it, I never thought about it.
Bruh.
Man, but I think I really believe that there are some artists who, like you mentioned Usher, you mentioned Chris Brown. These people who are going to be able to make good music consistently until the end of time. But then I also think there are some singers who have a finite number of songs that they can make that are actually going to be good. And I think that John Legend and Alicia Keys have already hit that. I feel like they might have hit that on their first two projects.
So that's it.
She still.
I don't think we're getting new good music,
great music
from.
But
either
I
one
think
of them.
what they do very well now, I think for them, I think they've transitioned into
is
songwriting.
performing for white people.
Well, that too.
Huh.
I
Say
mean,
it, say it,
so.
say
But
it.
they
Well,
definitely.
if we,
I mean,
That's
yeah,
it.
I mean
That's what
that's
they
facts
doing.
too. But for any administration, might I add. But yeah, they definitely gonna get the bag.
Well, we gonna
but
go
they
there.
have transitioned into being really good songwriters,
Most
as well,
definitely.
too. So, because I don't ever have to hear another Alicia Keys or John Legend album ever again. I don't.
yeah.
But see, we were talking about
that makes
that.
sense.
Like the other week, we was talking about where you were saying where you want to hear the older rappers rap about the stuff that they. And I was like, man, I don't. I just want like people. Like if I go see Alicia Keys, baby, give me Falling and them hits. Don't sing nothing new. I don't want to hear that. John Legend, just give me the Get Lifted album and Glory. Don't give me nothing else. Like, don't give me none of the new stuff that you trying out.
This nigga
I
is
don't
determined
want
to
to hear
sing a
that shit.
Negro spirit.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is
Sick of
determined.
And you know, this ain't got nothing to do with the subject we talking about, but Busta Rhymes starting to get on that level for me. And I really love Busta Rhymes. I don't want this man to be making this new music with these people because now it's starting to get like,
Oh, cause he did a song with Bill.
yeah.
You know why he did that,
I'm
right?
like, all right, bro.
They gave him an award.
It's
Well, yeah.
so bad.
The once you give somebody an award, like he is a quadruple OG, now
Yeah.
I could jump on your record. I still got it. You know what? These days, don't nobody care about your lyrics. Are you killing anybody?
And then let me say this.
Yeah,
And
we
a
don't
lot-
care about
A lot of
that.
times,
I'm a
lyrically,
dopey seller.
he ain't even there no more. He doing that fast rapping shit now.
It
That's
does
because that's what
stuff
they
like
that's what
it
they
don't
want him to
matter.
do when he
Man, I
hop
don't-
on the track.
Hey,
He's
bruh.
not being challenged.
People
no more.
care about that in New York. Some. Now, how much dope you selling? How many bodies you got? Are we doing drugs today? If you ain't talking about that,
All right, man. So this is the final discussion topic of the evening. This is why this episode is even happening. I had a conversation with some friends, and we were just talking about R&B groups, and the debate came up, which you probably seen it online as well. Drew Hill versus Jodeci. Now I know what you initially gonna say, but I am ready to debate why Drew Hill is better than Jodeci. I will let y'all start. Why you look like that, my boy? God,
So-
golly.
I'm finna say this. I know nobody's gonna agree with me, but if I had to pick between Drew Hill and Jodeci, I'll take a shot.
They do.
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why. Drew Hill, 5 steps. It's a personal. Who is this? Drew Hill, 5 steps. Personal opinion. Oh,
It's a beautiful song.
like when it come to ballads, they got that. Jodeci are, but I can say this. I feel like Drew Hill not trendsetters though.
I can agree with that.
Jodeci is.
I can agree with that. I won't argue that.
Jodeci walk so Drew Hill could run.
Another thing, I can't really. When it come to albums, we talking about albums now, because Drew Hill had a lot of hits, but I think they had one good album.
But so did Jodeci.
But Diary of a Mad Band.
It was not their best album. The first album was better. Diary of a Mad Band, whatever it is. That album had some records on it, but them other records on that album were shit.
See, I liked them.
They released what Fiendin' was on there, and it was some other shit on that album. But that's why the debate was with it, because they both have one great album, but they got like a lot of great songs.
Facts, a lot.
So like, and most folks, and I don't think there's a wrong answer, because I mean Jodeci. Like they legit. But I don't think people really be giving Drew Hill they props like that. Now here's the crazy thing. After like kind of talking about it some more, we started adding more groups to it, and the common thread was that all the groups that we added, they all got one great album, like 112, like Jagged Edge, High Five.
Can't say that about Jagged Edge.
Hold tight.
No, talking about album wise.
Album
They got one great album.
I can't say that.
That first album,
I like the second one better than the first one.
I mean,
Like, I can't say that about Jagged Edge.
I really feel shout out to H-Town too. H-Town.
Yeah, Eighth Down, that was, I can give it a high one.
Blackstreet.
Yeah,
Silk.
yeah.
Like,
Hey, on the cool.
Silk might watch these
Silk
niggas.
might watch
If we-
these
if we-
niggas on the cool, man.
Bro, that what that Tonight album?
You hear me?
Oh, so y'all want to talk about guy group? Let's
We
go.
that's what we talking about.
Let's go to Boys and Men then.
So
That's
now
not where
them
the
niggas.
conversation.
That's where it stops.
If that's where y'all wanna go.
Man,
We wanna talk about singing?
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Because you got
you got them niggas over here.
Yeah.
you got ain't but two people in that room over there. That's Boys Me and New Edition. They able to
Yes.
hang with each other.
Yeah, like
They-
yeah.
the other niggas is trying to get in that room.
Right, yeah,
Man,
you
Boys
can't
and
even.
Men was-
Nah.
They had a #1 song for a year.
Why they, and this is why they was bringing out other shit.
Yeah,
and
they had a
The
#1 song for
the
a
niggas
year.
had a the Christmas album went #1.
the Christmas album went
on,
number
man.
one. Yeah, this you.
End of the Road was #1 for a year.
It ain't even
Yeah.
fair to talk about.
They-
It's unfair to put a group in the same conversation
Okay,
with
I
them.
agree with you
That
100%.
shit unfair.
Group, if you only
Like-
people you can talk about with them is New Edition.
So let's talk about these other guys then.
Yeah, like especially like if you're doing it kind of like because Versus has been this really popular thing or whatever, or was when the pandemic came out, and so that's kind of why we have a lot of these debates now, because you envisioning who you want to put in a Versus together.
Okay, so
Like,
you
I-
brought this up. You talking about verses? Whoever came up with a Mario versus Marion needs to be fired.
Well, that's
I didn't wanna throw that out
You
there.
right.
Yeah.
Well, or you
me
had
tell you
the
something.
you had pretty.
A real singer.
They should have
against-
never
Yeah,
put
them
let me
A
tell
real
you,
dance.
Yeah.
against a real dancer. Y'all,
Bro, are you
yeah,
serious?
they should have never put that man in.
Destroyed this
They
dude.
did that for clickbait.
They
Okay,
did.
okay,
And
I
that's,
know- I know
by
what
that
that-
time, it just got out of whack. But anyway, yeah, to stay on topic, I probably am gonna say Drew Hill as well too. Just I feel like that album against this album for me. I'm just talking about me now. You know what I mean? Again, I don't think there's a wrong answer to this either, because I love both of those albums. But man, that first Drew Hill album, yeah, that's yeah.
If I had to pick, it'd be Jodeci. If I had to pick. And I'm gonna tell you why it'd be Jodeci. When they first came out, I never seen nothing like it. Ever.
Yeah, that's a
Ever.
fact.
You
Yeah.
didn't
And I
see
was
hard
like-
dudes singing.
I said, hold on.
Yeah.
These guys are not the best singers you ever heard in your life, but the style and the production of their music just took me somewhere like,
Because it was basically
What is this?
hip hop R&B.
yeah, and
Man, listen.
I couldn't.
Yeah, and they
I loved
didn't. They wasn't trying to sing you out. You had two gospel crooners, and hey, just get on the record and sing like you singing gospel.
Well, that Casey Hater, that boy was singing like his life depended on it.
Well,
And look who was in the group with
you
Jodeci.
correct.
One of the greatest. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was.
So I mean, I'm Also, we mentioned Guy.
I think they were just partners having a good time.
Aaron Hall could sing.
Yeah, they were.
Aaron Hall could definitely sing, but
Aaron Hall
they
could
can.
definitely
when I
sing.
think of Guy, it was just
Ted, it was
because if
just,
you're gonna think
New
about
Jack-
because
yeah,
you
New
got to
Jack
put
era.
Guy in, because man,
New Jack Swing,
Teddy
yeah.
Ryder, the artist, this nigga got a whole genre he created.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
that
do
shit is
do-
different.
So do we consider LSG the Verts with
No.
Genuine? We don't consider them.
Nah, I ain't had nothing but what, my body.
Well, no, it was a banger.
Yeah, that's
that's like putting what that TTG.
TTG.
Oh God,
I feel like they was just having fun.
Genuine, and somebody
Who
else.
the
Johnny Gill.
Tank.
Johnny Gill.
Tank.
Tank.
No. That was Tank.
Tank. It was Tank
Tyrese.
Genuine.
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 I feel like they were just having fun.
Yeah.
I don't consider them like all these groups, man. They was like, look, our careers going downhill. Y'all wanna do it?
Bruh, I don't
Something
know.
like
Them niggas got together and say, hey, man. I think they was just fucked up in the studio one night. It was like,
Hey, let's do
Say,
this.
bro, you know
Say,
it'd be
bro,
crazy.
if we, yeah, I feel like
Then
we
we all do an album.
like, no,
I
nigga.
wrote these songs. Y'all want to just sing?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
so was New Edition better pre Johnny Gill or post Johnny Gill?
Both. You know what? I feel like they was a straight line. I think they were just good all the way through. And then when they added him, it just put some
was
spice
definitely a
to it.
different
Like
element.
it wasn't a good or bad to that. They was just good.
Because he didn't do nothing. I don't think he added anything to the group that just made them kind of like nuclear or no shit like
Yeah, they
that.
ain't
'Cause
take
they
that
was
away,
already doing that shit
Yeah.
anyway. If anything, New Edition helped him more than he helped New Edition.
It catapulted his solo career.
Because Johnny already had the solo record.
Not like
Well,
that.
I mean, he had some records because he was doing some stuff way back in the day with Stacey Ladder song.
Man, listen.
So I mean, but for me, I think he added because Bobby could sing, but Johnny was like that nigga just had that closer voice. Like I'm finna come in on this bitch and just tear it up. And I think he kind of added, especially what was that? Can You Stand the Rain? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree they
He
didn't
showed-
have no powerhouse singer.
He was
but-
like the powerhouse singer, and he kind of took him. They didn't miss Bobby, and I think that was like
Like that's why
they ain't fall off in a lot of groups.
I don't know
A
now.
lot of groups fell off.
I will say, I think, yeah. I mean, whenever Bobby decided to take a break, even though New Edition was still really, really good together, Bobby was they were stars, but Bobby was the superstar.
Well, yeah, everybody
And
did
you
that.
missed it. I mean,
But they ain't
if he
fall off, is
there,
what I'm saying.
You kind of missed it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still going platinum.
So but again, that's goes back to the point. Like, I think that New Edition helped Johnny more than Johnny helped them.
all day, every day. And I'm gonna say this, like I say, I just look at stuff different. Could New Edition go longer if they kept Bobby? I feel like they could, but I feel like they realized this man went solo and he's selling more records than us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Not
they
the
wasn't
way-
gonna be able to keep.
They wasn't gonna be able to
Yeah.
keep Bobby where he was, the way that he was at the time.
Nah.
That wasn't gonna work because Bobby was
You
Bob-
know, remind
Bobby
me
was
of?
out of here. He was doing
After
his
Ice
own
Cube
thing.
dissed NWA, they never came out with nothing else. Nothing. Because Ice Cube was everything in NWA. When you look at the backstory, the writing, the producing, it was all Ice Cube. So
And
when-
Dre.
yeah, you know, I mean, Dre was doing the
And,
beats, but it's almost like the
Some
nucleus
mofo.
of a group. The people that did, you would never think that. They say, "Ain't nobody come see you, Otis," but he was the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I
You
think
would
they also just had kind of run that course. Like how much of this type of music can we make continually to where it's gonna sustain itself?
You still talking about
Well,
New
that,
Edition.
well,
because
I think that too. I think they took that long break because everybody kind of had solo projects, which that's another thing. They one of the few groups where everybody's solo project was successful and went platinum. And Michael Bivins needs to get his flowers, bro,
yeah.
because they reformed with BBD. Them niggas took off, and then
Oh yeah, most definitely.
then he had what was his BF10
Yeah.
with Boys to Men and
You know
all
who?
them other groups.
Who none of y'all have mentioned at all yet, which is odd. I don't think anybody mentioned 112.
He did.
I did.
Did you mention
Yeah,
112?
112 was phenomenal.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
mentioned.
When
He was
when,
talking about the Diddy thing.
when
He
one
mentioned-
when
yeah.
112 hit, I was in college when they hit. Like that Only You hit,
Yeah.
and bruh, that album is good. Then Room 112.
2 albums.
That's
They had
They
a
had two.
solid 2.
They had a solid two.
I'm talking about solid.
Room 112. They come out peaches and cream bitches. Got
Right.
you in the clip.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you in that shit.
Me and my
Bruh.
brother talked about this.
Yeah, 2 albums, bro.
It's hard to come up with 2 albums that's considered classics. A lot of people come up with an album that's so good they just can't top it.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill.
They be like, oh yeah, Lauryn Hill came out once, ain't gonna worry about it. Rihanna came out with Anti and just didn't put out nothing else.
She put out draws.
She was
She
like,
put out draws that went down.
yeah, that was like,
Draws and bras.
yeah.
That's
I
it.
was like, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She and you know, and then I had to do a little research on it. She gave away that album. She was like, she didn't care about the record sales. She just gave it away.
Wow.
So same question that we asked for the ladies, and we'll end it here. And then we might have mentioned all the R&B groups, but like some of the most underrated R&B groups that don't get talked about enough. And for me, it's a tie between H-Town and High Five. And really, H-Town for me, H-Town over High Five, because H-Town had a nice little series of some bangers. They had 2 solid albums.
I'm listening because
Oh, I'm not mad at that. H-Town.
H-Town had 2 solid albums too.
Like, them boys had.
And then because
They
they had
don't get
the,
mentioned enough.
they had the
especially when
songs on the
Buddy-
Buddy
Buddy
Pass.
Pass, because it felt like they was just
They was
starting
finna
to hit
take
their
off.
stride,
Yep.
and then he ended up passing away, and you know, which was, I mean, I hate that he passed away, but it was Dino, so he was the voice
he
of
was
the group.
He was the
And
one.
so, you know, they tried because I think they had his brother come in or something, and they tried, but it just wasn't the same, man. That guy voice was, man, he just had this old crooning soul,
Southern
Southern
singer.
soul kind of voice, man. Like, just when that nigga say, "I feel so good when I'm near you."
And
knocking the boots. Just listen to the way he say that shit, like, bruh.
But yeah, and High Five, same thing happened with them.
Yeah, all them boys, man. That shit.
That unsung episode.
That's probably
one
the
of
saddest unsung I ever seen in my life.
Bro, it was tough on all them.
yeah.
That and Tammy Terrell.
Tough, bro. But those, so you talking about like underrated R&B groups? Like, what group comes to mind for y'all?
It really make you find out that it wasn't really a lot of R&B groups. Like,
Me
it was a lot,
personally-
but it wasn't a lot.
Me personally, that affected me in a good way that I love was Mid Condition.
Okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, it has my goodness.
So
And
that's
you know
good.
who else? You know who else that I feel they don't get enough credit? Tony.
I knew you were
Yeah.
about to say that.
Come
I
on.
knew
I
you were
can't
about
wait
to
to
say
see
that.
them.
Bro, listen.
I knew you were about to say that.
Them two for
New
me?
Yeah.
Orleans in October.
Yeah.
Oh
Look
my
forward to that.
goodness! Anniversary right now is
They'll never
You
have to
can
work
play it.
another day in their life.
Right.
you can play it anywhere.
Long as
Right.
black folk get married, that song gonna get played. They ain't never gotta work.
Yeah, so
yeah.
those 2 groups for me, and then in the honorable mention to be what's the name of that group? Is it As Yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's
it-
it.
yeah, that's
And-
them.
That's it.
Last
They
night,
had-
that song they had
Yeah,
last
yeah.
night.
Yeah, they had
yeah.
some hits in that.
All right.
And they kind of, I mean, you know who his brother was. So
Yeah.
Babyface was his brother. He put the group together. So
Yeah.
you can't.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be my 2. You know, it'd be those 2. It's Mid Condition and Tony.
I never listened to a whole Shy album.
Shy was good, bro.
I never listened to the whole album. I always liked the
I'm
stuff
with
that
you.
I heard from
I'm
them,
with
but I
you.
never listened
Yeah.
to the whole album.
Couple bangers. They had some hits.
But then, you know, you got to cook. You got to, if you're going to say Shy, you kind of got to put Color Me Bad in that same.
Color Me Bad.
Cause Shy was,
I want to sex you up.
yeah, like if they just,
Never listened to the album though. Sorry.
yeah, you know what I mean? So you kind of got to put them in that, you know what I mean? I
After
can listen
7.
to this song, After 7, definitely. After 7 was good.
You know who was another
After 7 was
one
really good.
that y'all probably ain't thinking
Come
about? All
on,
for
sang
one.
his face off.
Fuck no.
All for one. Wow.
that you ain't really thinking
That
about.
fat boy singing.
That you may not consider it R&B, but it's R&B.
Who?
Take 6.
You know what's crazy?
We used to vibe to some Take Six, man.
I don't even know who that is.
See?
What? Takes it's really what
So-
contemporary gospel. I think is what.
It wasn't even really it. It was just they just
They was
did.
singing
They
gospel
sang a lot of all their records were like a cappella, so the group members made the sounds of the beats and stuff like that. You gotta go back to this. It's some smooth shit to listen to.
Wasn't his Brian McKnight brother?
Brian McKnight
sings
brother.
bass in that group.
Okay.
Yep,
Didn't know
Yeah, Take Six was they went hard. We used to listen to that. It was kind of back in the gap. The Deal.
Wow. Well, that's too far back though, right?
For who? Because 80s
That's
R&B is
really
elite. The Deal, this Babyface in LA when they had them shades.
that. Oh yeah, I can't even go.
The Deal.
That's them boy. I couldn't think of their name. That song, something going on. Boy, that shit was jam.
Oh yeah,
Name
see.
of-
UNV.
Oh, you
Man.
what's the player?
Oh, Player was
Cheers
tough.
to you, nigga.
Player was
Slayer,
tough.
that's not Bobby Valentino.
No,
That's
no,
not
no,
Valentino.
no,
Black Mirror.
Mr.
That's
Mr.
Mr.
Right,
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
Player
man.
was
First of
tough.
all, let me
Static
say,
Major, wasn't it? When Static Major?
listen
was
to
it?
the
Yeah,
lyrics.
yeah,
Listen
yeah.
to the
Tough.
lyrics of Blackberry Molasses. You will want to slit your fucking mouth. That shit is
sound
beyond depressing. Like, it is
They in them bag ass clothes.
it's the most depressing R&B song I've ever heard in my
Riding
life.
on the bus. In them bag ass clothes.
Woke
Looking out
up
the-
Sunday morning, got a little bad news today.
Looking out the window and shit.
It seems my life ain't worth living. Time is slowly
Hey, man, it
ticking
be like
away.
that. It
This
be
is
like
a
that
suicide song.
That sound like that you 14.
Bruh.
Shut up. Anyway,
I can't believe ain't nobody break up Immature.
you know,
Yeah, I was.
Hey,
you know
man.
what? I was
Bro,
thinking about
Immature
yeah.
had
You know, they done had so many,
Immature has some songs.
so many versions
Yeah.
of themselves.
They had
Yeah,
some.
right.
They really
literally
did have
watched
some
them
records.
grow up,
We
though.
literally
No,
did.
facts.
Let me
No,
tell you, I
ain't
would
gonna say
never,
that. I was about to
ever
say
forgive
BTK, but I'm not
Immature.
gonna do that.
I never forgive Immature. I'm sorry, I am.
That was all true.
I never forgive them for
It
House
was,
Party
they
5.
was pop. All of it was pop music. So I ain't really. They not no disrespect to B2K or Immature, but y'all was doing pop music. That shit was it was little girl R&B.
Do we consider so? I guess
Cool,
well, we
don't
can't
know.
say nothing to white boy then.
Who?
With Insane?
Yeah, we can't say
NSYNC,
nothing. to them.
man. That's pop.
Backstreet Boy, none of them.
So that's considered pop to you.
Culture Vultures?
Oh, y'all, in sync.
We do that part, you know.
Well,
but since you want to throw it out there,
the same man
Yeah,
who found Boy the Men wasn't that the same man who put NSYNC
Well,
and the
the dude
Backstreet Boy
who,
together?
but he was on New Edition too. But that's who got New Kids on the Block. He's like, oh, let me get a white New Edition. Pop, get your money, player.
Get your money.
But that shit ain't R&B, player. That's all I'm
so
saying.
we start talking about culture, but I go all the way back to the Beatles. Just keep going.
But don't,
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's-
hey,
it's-
come on,
Is,
man.
is Tina Marie a culture vulture?
she is not.
absolutely not. No Tina Marie slander shall prosper on
Lady-
this
Oh,
podcast.
God.
she went through too
Oh
much.
God.
Lady T is invited. Do you hear
You
me?
know what? Another group.
I don't
nobody
even think
brought
she
up.
identified white.
Didn't nobody listen to Next?
I was thinking
Next,
next too.
that's
Yeah.
who I was thinking about.
bro.
Next.
Yeah.
Bro,
I was thinking about
they
next
was
too. Yeah.
and all three of them can sing.
Yeah.
Like real life, all three of them can sing. So I think we gotta mention them, man, cause they had some bangers too.
Okay, we get 10. We got to stop.
Okay, cause we could have did this for 3 more.
Time.
Cause we can go on all day. Look, thank y'all. So, man, Teezy,
We can
thank
bring you
for
back
coming
for the
to
rap
I appreciate
episode.
We're gonna have to bring you back for the rap episode.
Oh, you gonna have to.
You can give us a lot. We wasn't ready for these fun facts. I got to do some more research with your ass coming in here. You telling me shit about Tina Marie suck goddamn Big James toes in 1975. I'm like,
Yeah.
where it?
Ain't nothing like a good fun fact.
But bro, we sure appreciate you. And let me say this on this podcast. I know I done told you before, man. We love you and we love everything you do for the city of Jackson, man. We need more of you around here, bro.
I
If
appreciate
don't
it.
nobody else tell you, let me tell you, you be inspiring us to keep it pushing. For real, for real. And folk need to give you your motherfucking flowers. So we gonna give you your flowers while you here, bro. Please keep doing what you're doing. You are a redemption story that is still being written.
Most definitely.
And we love it, man. We love you, bro. And
Appreciate
you
that,
always
bro.
be supporting us, so we definitely
Oh,
appreciate
most definitely. Every chance I get.
it. Already. So yeah, man, let the folks know how they can get in touch with you. What you got coming up? Cause we know you be partying.
Yeah, because I got to go to Atlanta, to host a party.
There it is.
For the Jack State game.
There it is.
Who
Yeah,
that
we
is
do.
this weekend?
Yeah, first Friday on Ferris, we got that going, which
Yeah.
I really wanted to. It's an idea I thought about. I wanted to do a live podcast with y'all out there, but that's another.
Hey,
When
Yeah.
the temperature get right.
Yeah, a little fall.
We
we
are
can do
down.
that. That'd be great.
Yeah, I wanted to start doing stuff different, man, and really I just want to connect the younger people with the older generation because I feel like it's a gap in between, and I feel like I'm the one that can fill that void in because I know both.
Yeah.
So
That's
other than
what's
that, man, that's what I'm doing. Just keeping it pushing.
up. Already, man. And y'all can follow me on Instagram if you would like.
Yeah, it's called what's my name?
It's
Teezy
Teezy
Thomas.
Thomas. Teezy
Yeah, I
Thomas.
promise because I
We
ain't
got-
looked at it so long.
Hey man,
Yeah,
that
it's Teezy
nigga
Thomas.
is, I don't know where he be finding them memes and gifts,
I
but
don't know,
that
man.
shit be
Bro.
hilarious.
This nigga.
You know what? People
Shit.
send them to me like 24 hours a day.
And it be crazy because, like, do you get it, like, where folks will send you stuff and tell you to post it because they don't want to be the ones to post
It became a norm.
Oh, post this, Teezy.
Man,
I BS you not, bro. I might get 50 DMs a day from
that's
people I don't
crazy.
know. With memes.
From people you don't even
Straight
know.
memes.
Just
And
randomly.
then I got to the point to where I can look at it and not know what it is and just put a laughing face. I never looked at the video. It's just so many of them. I was like, bro, they be, oh
sure,
my
why
God.
That's
Yeah.
it. I had to go through your stories through the Vibe Control page. It'd be 12 million stories to go try to slide.
Yeah, I'd be like, bro, they killing it.
Already, man. Merc, what you got coming up?
I had to think about it. A lot. Yeah, you can follow me on social media. Shout out to America's Black Forum. Shout out to them, man. That I know I've been talking about it for a minute, but the episode that we filmed with them on the Stellar Network. So it's the Stellar Network. So it's the same people who do the Stellar Awards. They have their own network. So it's on the Stellar Network. If you're local, it's gonna be your NBC or your Fox affiliate. So you can go to americasblackforum.com and search and find out when the piece is gonna air where you're located. But it's available now, and you obviously can you can go to their YouTube as well too. So that stuff will be up because it got the trailer up also. Other than that, man, October 8th. Indianola, Mississippi. I will see you. Jackson State, I'll see you. Classic Weekend. My Brother's Keeper, I will see you next month. You can catch me every Tuesday that I'm here at the workout room at Howley Miles. Man, a bunch of other stuff that I'm probably forgetting too, but just follow me on social media, man.
I love it.
At Merc B. Williams, man. We out here, bro. Local to legendary. You know what it is.
All right, Fifth Child, what you got going on?
I'm gonna be brief. Of course, it's a whole bunch of events just about every day at Briarwood Art Center. I'm gonna be reciting Llama Llama, this children's book.
Bruh, is
at
somebody gonna
Lemuria.
record it? Is somebody-
Yes,
Wow.
I'm gonna be performing
like
Llama
to
Gotta
Llama
see that.
at Lemuria Books, and that's gonna be on September 2nd. But big thing is our ribbon cutting, because we joined the Chamber of Commerce. So Briarwood Art Center's ribbon cutting is going to be September 8th. And then the BAC birthday bash, September 10th. And I'm super excited about that.
Already.
Yeah.
We got to have everybody in here. And, well, y'all gonna be late. Well, they do ACT prep. It's this Thursday, but y'all
Same
ain't
day this podcast.
Same day this podcast is gonna be released, so you ain't gonna. But if you follow the Briarwood Art Center where we record every other week here, you can get all that information on there. And also, please continue to follow and support the Vibe Controls podcast and Vibe Controls movement. Got a lot of great stuff coming up in the works, and you can find all the information on both our Instagram and Facebook pages. As we always like to do before we leave, we like to leave you with a little nugget, something inspirational, and carry on through the day, or a minute, or an hour, whenever you're listening. And we always like our guests to drop a nugget on the people. So, Teezy, if you would, I know, on the spot. We do it all the time. It's the most beautiful thing ever.
got me.
If you would, drop a little something, whatever on your spirit. Just drop a little something inspirational for the people.
Well, you got to be thinking, okay, something I tell myself every day. Stress has never solved the problem. And I live by that.
That's it. So ain't lying, Jack.
Yeah, so that's I got to keep it short and sweet. I tell myself that all the time.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we love it, man.
Stress is not gonna solve it.
Stress is not gonna solve the problem. Show ain't. That's it.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
Very real. All right, man. Thank y'all so much for tapping in with us. Episode 39. We got 5 more episodes left this season. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Merc.
You already know what it is, man. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, stay free. Y'all share that shit.
All right.
Boom.
Two fingers up means peace to the side because I'm chilling. As customary before you leave, every guest has to say it before they leave. You asking what is it? And Steven, you can imitate me.
You got to say
Thank you. So, you got to say out here, but you got to say it like this.
Out here. Can I go there?
Everybody can go that high.
All right, nigga, you
All
get a
right.
dog.
I
out
gotta
your
see
ass
how-
up
We're
there.
gonna give you another. Hold on, we're gonna do it one more time. You got to say out here, but you got to say it like
Out here. Out here.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it is.
That's